So my background is in philosophy, but as a cognitive scientist, I'm really interested in bridging theory from moral philosophy with empirical findings from the cognitive sciences. And in particular, I'm really interested in exploring the emotions. So what are the emotions? We need science to inform our theories. But then on the philosophical side, I'm interested in questions about how the emotions function, especially in our moral lives. So in particular, philosophers have been really interested in some emotions that they think might be distinctively moral in nature. So anger is one of those emotions, disgust is another one. And so for me, putting on my philosophy of cognitive science hat, I was really interested in, I think, what is a pretty basic question, which is just, do any of these special moral emotions exist in the first place? And to do that kind of research, I think we really need the tools of philosophy and empirical cognitive science. So for me, I'm not doing empirical research myself directly. I don't have a lab, but I draw upon empirical findings from other researchers in order to inform my views, develop theories that I think are empirically adequate, and then also we need the philosophy side to talk about the moral stuff as well. Now, so I'm actually sort of in the very early stages of a few different things. So still super interested in the moral emotions. I am lately, so a lot of the time when people are interested in anger, they tend to be interested in anger as a blaming response. So when someone wrongs you, one of the ways that you might respond is by being angry, in virtue of, well, because they have done some wrong to you, and anger is an appropriate response to that wrong. I lately have become interested in blaming attitudes to agents who might have experienced past trauma and lash out at people sort of down the line. So there's an interesting question there about whether we should maybe temper or modify our blaming reactions to people who lash out or perhaps wrong people when those so-called wrongdoers might have a trauma history. So I think it's really messy and complicated, but the view I'm really interested in is, I think that in special cases where there's a kind of match between the nature of the original trauma and whatever that person is lashing out about in the present, if there's a connection there, I'm interested in exploring that further.